And that was the last time that I murdered someone. Hey everyone, welcome to the QuadFeed Podcast, episode 23, the Michael Jordan edition. He hasn't sponsored this show. I don't think he will do. My phone calls to him have gone completely unanswered. And left a lifelong fan pretty much in his wake.
Did you tell him the area code?
I didn't. The only American postcode that I know is 90210, and that's pretty much it. He didn't respond to my 2000 for a Sydney postcode. And I'm not going to give you my whole postcode. God.
Yeah.
So
I heard that this is, I'm positive this has to be fake, but it's still a funny joke anyway, that someone got a hold of Michael Jordan's phone number and was calling them and just saying, "Hey, Michael, do you remember Space Jam?" And then we'll just like hang up. Like, do you remember like that monstrosity sort of thing? And then someone kept on tweeting
Space
him.
Jam is awesome.
Yeah, Michael Jordan was fantastic in it. But
I think they're doing a redo. I think they're doing
LeBron James.
Yeah. A reimagining.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, because remember when I don't follow basketball. I'm
Neither
probably
do
a bigger basketball fan than Gavin, but anyway.
Totally.
When was it LeBron who did like that slam dunk, and as he's doing it, he's like staring down Jordan like from the side of
Against
the. Oh my god!
The Charlotte Bobcats. Yeah, there was a bit of a beat up. I mean, it looks like it was definitely like it was in the direction of the bench,
but not as much as
But how boss is that though? Like just to be able to just go just.
Yeah. But why would he do that though?
That's
like
the basketball
because he was
equivalent
dunking on his team.
dropping the mic.
Yeah.
Well, Michael Jordan is the owner of the Bobcats, so
yeah.
whether or not there's
why directed at him? Why not side of the team members? That's like
send
a
a message. Send a message. But
well,
after that, though,
he's better than Jordan.
Well,
who has the balls to say that? I mean, that's an ego. I mean, I know you've got to have an ego in sports, but ego that much, really?
I don't think.
Well, how many rings does LeBron James have?
2.
Doesn't matter.
2.
2.
Yeah,
but the whole
that's
comparison
a bit of an
thing
overstep, then.
is how many rings he had at Jordan's age. I mean, Jordan didn't win instantly. It took him a few years to even get to the finals. They had a lot of trouble.
LeBron should go play baseball and become a better baseball player as well.
That would be the ultimate one.
Actually, he used to play.
Before he does it.
He was a wide receiver playing American football, and he was just like ridiculously good at that as well.
Oh, really?
Oh, really? Oh, wow. So he's pretty good. But still.
Tall, quick as the wind.
Respect your elders.
Respect your elders.
Especially when it becomes Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
Really?
They did have some bro hugs towards the end, though.
Okay, that's all right then. I'll allow it.
So that was the intro.
That was the intro. Sorry. Sidetrack.
I love how we just divert. I mean, I didn't even go on about basketball, and yet Ben took the reins and made it about basketball.
Yep.
What a segue.
Exactly.
Miami Heat, they're still in the playoffs. Miami, Oklahoma, San Antonio. Just die, San Antonio. Just die. And Indiana. I'm predicting Oklahoma City, Miami Heat finals, and I'm predicting the Miami Heat will get their 3-peat in 6 games. There you go. Timestamp. What's today's date? May 18th?
Heard it here first, people.
Heard it here first. Go to
9:09 p.m. Sunday. I have no idea what the fuck you're talking about, but it sounded pretty cool.
Let's go with it.
All right.
So let's kick things off with a topic. Got a few topics this week, and it's been, I know we kicked off last week saying it's a pretty slow week, but it's been even slower this week, I suppose, to a certain extent. There's been some, like maybe 2 things that are noteworthy, and we'll speak about those.
Couple. Also, just quickly with the intros, even though they're pretty much done. Hello, Chris. Hello, Gavin.
Hello.
Also, a lack of eating because Ronaldo.
Yes. I think we should preface that. If at any point in time you see a window appear and it's none other than Mr. Ronald himself, he's currently at a party.
Which we weren't invited to.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We'll bollock him for that next week. Yeah. But he might be making an appearance and with a shitty connection. So he's essentially
on a mobile phone at a pub on shitty Australian internet.
So he's going to have a lot to contribute. So stay tuned for that.
Drunk.
If he pops up, he pops up. If he doesn't, it's the 3 amigos. It's the triple feed.
Sorry, yeah. I thought I should just pop that in before we start, so
That's all right.
people don't get a fright.
You will notice crystal clear speech and lack of corn chips or semi-made up prawn crackers. No, prawn crackers. Fortune cookies.
Now I'm hungry.
No, I'm hungry, damn it. I have finished my cup of coffee, which I probably shouldn't have had at 9:10 at night.
No. We started over an hour late as well.
Crazy.
Yes.
You did get that at like 8 o'clock when it was supposed to start, but
That's okay. That's cool.
anyway.
Mic talk with Chris and Skeelsy.
Yeah.
Were you recording that?
I was recording some of it. Some of it's broadcastable. Some of it is, some of it will go to roadpodcasters.com.au for client feedback. I love you, Road. I honestly do. Look at all this gear. It's
Yeah, I love it. It's just, I thought it could be a lot further away than
Show your microphone, please, Chris, so that we can potentially show how much we support Rode. Look at that. And the quality gear that they supply me and Chris with. And Chris too. And Ben Chris. Come on, Ben. Jump on, Benny. Jump on.
Using Logitech microphone in my webcam.
Sponsored by Logirode.
Logitech. Remember when Logitech was like a shithouse company and no one would buy anything Logitech? Now everything is Logitech.
Yeah.
Like if you had like a PlayStation 1 or PlayStation 2, when you went to your mate's place, you always got the shitty controller,
Logitech
which wasn't Sony branded, and it was Logitech, and the buttons were always really crappy on it. So
I think I
and
bought
they always had like
now like they're completely different.
Yeah.
Now they're like,
programmable controllers and stuff.
yeah.
it's like when
They must have
Audi
made a
bought
fortune.
Lamborghini. So
No,
now you
Volkswagen.
get the
Volkswagen,
Yeah, as in like the umbrella
Please.
company.
police.
These are the two
So
giant
Audi.
orbs that are the Volkswagen Corporation. But yeah, you got the beauty of the Lamborghini, and then you got the engineering behind Audi, and
Yeah, you got the German meets Italian.
yes, flamboyant
But
but functional.
why?
That should be their logo. Let's kick things off with a bit of a chat about Halo. Finally got a title this week, Halo 5 Guardians.
Did.
And just as a nice little cherry on top, there's been reports of what they're calling the Master Chief Collection, which is Halo 1 through 4. Discuss.
Ooh, well, I'm
Finn.
kind of interested in this because I've only actually played Halo 1 back when I had the Xbox One.
Whatever.
Not the first Xbox, not the Xbox One.
Xbox One, Xbox 360, Xbox One.
Fail. Branding, fail. Yeah, I think potential game changer. Hey,
I haven't
people-
seen the trailer for it. I must have missed it completely. Maybe because whenever I say Halo, I'm just like skip sort of thing. But no, not. I'm saying that it's not because it's bad. I've never played Halo before, so I don't know. Is it coming to PC? No, Xbox One.
No, Xbox One, buddy.
Xbox One.
Because the whole thing was, there's been a few PlayStation games which, and I suppose this sort of ties in with the whole backwards compatibility debate and whether or not it's good for current business and for studios to be putting aside development time for a game only for them to put a bit of a polish on things to launch it for the next gen consoles. But
I wouldn't mind even if it was just exactly the same. They don't need to make it a little
Yeah.
bit better. I just haven't played the games and I'd like to be able to play them now that I've got an Xbox.
yeah, that's kind of my
Well,
feeling.
yeah.
It'd be nice to
What better opportunity?
Yeah, to all these people that might have been early adopters of the Xbox One, and this connects with a discussion we'll have soon about the whole Kinectless Xbox. Without that sort of backwards compatibility or a huge game library, I think Halo, this Master Chief Collection, could potentially do what it did for the 360 and for the original Xbox in getting that competitive side back and an actual game that's got some really good pedigree behind it, because it stacks up pretty well compared to other FPSs that are out there.
Oh, yeah. The weapons, I used to have fun with Halo 1, just death matches with people.
Yeah.
It was hilarious. The sticky grenade, the people using rockets. It was basically like a modern GoldenEye with a little bit of a twist. I used to play that for hours.
And the weapons weren't super deep, which, appears to be Titanfall's current criticism. And
Pretty generic.
Yeah, like you're talking maybe a dozen weapons, and it's not all that deep.
I don't think there's even a dozen.
Yeah.
Anyway, it doesn't matter.
Well, dozen primary, and then 3 or 4 secondaries. But yeah, I'm excited. I would actually, if you can buy it as a collection, do you reckon they'd sell it as a collection? You just pay.
I'm hoping they sell it as a collection because I'd buy it 1 to 5 or boxed up because I haven't played the others, and I'd like to start at the beginning and go all the way through.
They're not apparently doing ODST or Reach though, which were the sort of in between ones. It would only be 1 to 4.
Uh-oh.
Which
Those ones were probably terrible, weren't they?
I'm having trouble remembering. Reach, I didn't mind. I mean, I did the campaign for pretty much all of them. I think the difference would have been in how the multiplayer stacked up. Because Halo 4 multiplayer I really enjoyed. And it kind of had a life cycle where I played it heaps at the very, very beginning. And then it kind of died off, probably around about the same time that a Call of Duty came out. And then I kind of got re into it. And then I think that was probably coinciding with when the new consoles came out. Because I probably haven't played it since last year.
Well, actually, I was just reading about this collection, and it does seem like it's coming out with a bundle, missing the ones that you were speaking about.
Yeah.
But it should be coming out this year, so hopefully that means I've got enough time to go through them for the launch for Halo 5.
Halo 5 probably won't be until 2015 anyway.
Yeah, well, that's what I mean. I'll have enough time to go through the others. So it works out quite well for me.
Probably going to be a more concrete kind of announcement at E3 though, which as we speak is 30 days away, I think, or less.
Which developer is doing Halo? Is it 343 or? Yeah, I thought so. Okay. Wasn't sure if it was Bungie. Oh, couldn't be because they're doing Destiny, so they can't work on really 2 things at the same time.
And that's it. 2 things?
So Destiny will come out before Halo 5?
Well, Destiny's had a few dates.
Has that had an actual date announced though? I can't remember if it has.
I don't think so.
Good, because this works
the last time I spoke to somebody at one of the gaming stores, they said no.
Oh, okay. They said.
I was just trying to remember if they said
like with half-closed eyes.
No. What does it tie into,
while he was
Ben?
playing his DS.
Sorry, what did you say, Gav?
You sort of began on something, tying into something about Destiny?
Yeah, they're kind of like... this is my new weekly topic, which Gavin has...
Cue the music!
Pigeonholes.
Grind my gears with Ben.
I got to think of something. Yeah. What was the other one I did where I was like really pissed off and worked up about? What was that?
The emptying of your brother's transmission fluid, which would literally grind your gears.
No, I meant like the last podcast. Anyway, this one I'm also like worked up about where I was like, rah, rah, rah.
Was it Asian drivers or something? No, it wasn't. That was off camera.
Probably.
Sorry.
That was off
I'll
camera.
bleep that out. Don't worry.
I never ever said that. Just so you know.
You did.
Never said that on air. No. Okay. The whole, and I've mentioned this to Gavin before, the whole like announcing of a game and you see like a preview trailer or something like that, and then it says like 2016 on it or whatever. And it's like...
Pre-order now.
Yeah, pre-order now as well. That as well. Yep. You can already pre-order Grand Theft Auto 5 for PC on like a shitload of CDK websites. That's not what I'm getting into anyway. It's the whole announcing something like years and years. Yeah, that's an exaggeration. Years before it comes out. That like, it seriously, I don't know if it's because I'm like impatient or whatever, but it's kind of like they announce that, yeah, they want to drum up, you know, publicity for it. That's perfectly fine. But really, like 2 years away sort of thing. And then even when it comes close to that, they keep on pushing it back and pushing it back. And in the meantime, the slightest little bit of news that, comes out, it's like everyone's like nitpicking over like the tiniest bit of scrap of news and blowing it like way out of proportion and skewing like the whole idea or direction of a game that comes out. Like, it's really, really frustrating.
I see your point, but I think I know the answer to it.
Tell me.
I think because of the day and age that we live in at the moment, where it's not enough to just have a marketing budget. If you get onto any sort of social media platform and give them, like you say, the smallest skerrick of information, that in itself goes
So far.
semi-viral. And I guess I'm trying to think of an example.
It's a fucking annoying marketing ploy. That's what it is.
You don't even need to do it the way Ben is talking. All of those people that make up fake releases or fake websites about stuff, they do a much better job than the marketing team. Like that guy who...
The survival one for
made up
Fallout
that
4.
Fallout 4 one. That was brilliant.
Was
and he
fantastic.
paid for it himself, and it didn't even cost that much money.
No,
and it went around the world.
And they asked him to take it down and everything. But it's just like...
To me,
it's just so annoying.
It's kind of like when there was a cigarette... I think it was the cigarette ban, the cigarette advertising ban. Because
Formula One.
Yeah. I mean, or I think in general, like you can't advertise cigarettes or anything like that on TV. It's like you've got two competing companies. Say they've got a budget of $4 million that they both spend on marketing each year. $4 million. If they keep pumping more and more money into advertising their own product, they essentially cancel each other out. So, I mean, if you've got one game developer here, putting more money into marketing and another company putting just as much, then they can essentially get the same result by doing it through free mediums like YouTube. All they've got to do is release a little bit of news, even on Twitter. Send a screenshot, send an in-game development screenshot of or a render or something like that, and people will go mental about it.
You don't even need something like that. I mean,
but that's at its smallest point, though. That's how small you
Half-Life
can make
3,
it.
it's just been a screensaver on the background of somebody talking about a different game.
Yeah.
But that proves my point, though. Like people will hunt for it, no matter how small it is, anyway. So I mean, even if it could be, just an AMA that Gabe does. That he might say something relatively cryptic, and then that will just fan the fire again.
Like that, like I can kind of understand. Like I don't think I'm explaining my point that well. Like all that sort of stuff, I completely understand. But it's when like a developer will make like a full-on like video for it, and then the video will finish, and it all looks like, oh wow, like this is going to be coming out soon. Like it looks amazing, and then right at the end, it'll say like fall 2006. Yeah. And it's like, I know they're trying to do this for it.
Because
maybe I'm just being like really impatient, but it's just like really, really frustrating.
If they've got the graphics and the engine enough to make a trailer, you'd expect that the game's pretty close to being finished.
Yeah.
Yeah, but and
that's
like,
the point I think you're trying to make, isn't it? It's like how close you are to the end in order to get what is essentially a game-ready render. Or preview, or even gameplay. I mean, I think you said you had some Watch Dogs gameplay, for what all we know, had been available to us maybe 6 months ago.
Yeah.
When it was supposed to be released.
And then, like, I
kind of
feel... Yeah, exactly. And and so that was supposed to be a launch game. Is that also like how much trust does that place in us, like as a consumer, where they keep on making like these not so much promises, but these release dates, and they keep on pushing it back because they have all these problems. Like, at what stage did you realize your game was a piece of shit and you keep on have to fix it? And it's just like, stop doing it so much in advance. 6 months, that's fine. But it also kind of reminds me of when, we were younger and we lived in Australia and the US would get a movie and we'd have to wait like ages, what seemed like a year for it to then get released here, even though it had already come out in the US. And we'd have to wait, a year for it to come here. It just kind of feels like, obviously that's not happening now or with games, but the wait times and like the impatient is so annoying. But then also before you were saying you pre-ordered Watch Dogs for PC, but you sent it to a different address, not to your work address in the city, to your home address. So now I'm trying to like argue the fact, we're waiting so long and all this sort of stuff. But in my head, I was kind of thinking when you said that you've waited that long, what's like an extra day sort of thing? But really this whole time I've just been whinging.
Things. They're normally pretty good at getting it to your house on the day. Yeah,
they're pretty good with that. But like I'm thinking, okay, we've waited. When did they announce Watch Dogs?
When did they?
2 years ago? Yeah, like would have been about 2 years ago, a year and a half ago.
E3 20.
When they were still hyping up the Xbox One.
Would have been 2012. Was it E3 2012 or E3 2013? That seems a little close for 2013.
Couldn't be 2013.
Yeah. No, because we had the Xbox in 2013.
Yeah, so it would have been 2012. Yeah, but you could apply the same logic to GTA 5. That was what, 5 years in development?
Exactly. Yes, I'm sort of racking my brain trying to think of a fucking example. Everyone knew they were going to make a Grand Theft Auto 5. They're going to be making Grand Theft Auto 6.
Yeah.
But it's just so frustrating when they announce it and they had screenshots and all that sort of stuff. I sound like so fucking privileged whinging about this sort of thing.
First world problems.
Yeah, it's the point. It's frustrating. I can't articulate it properly. And I know I'm fucking rambling on about it. I'm not trying to say we should get it all sooner, all this sort of stuff. And it's just when they announce it, so
keep it to yourself until it's ready.
Yeah, mate. It's just. That is what I'm saying, but I just sound so privileged by saying, "Oh, I shouldn't have to wait that long." That's kind of not what I'm saying. It's just, I get really frustrated when they show like all these screens, and then it's like, "Oh yeah, coming out in 2 years' time." It's like that is so annoying.
I guess they've more so than ever they've got a responsibility to the stockholders as well. So if something's been promised within a financial year kind of thing, they can take pre-orders as sort of the bottom line and looks good on a company report.
Like pre-orders is money coming in.
So there's too much business in the gaming business industry. Yeah.
Because I don't think there's anything like in the movie industry where you'll end up with 3 different movie companies coming out with the same kind of movie. Remember when there was all that like Armageddon, and then there was the other one about the end of the world,
Deep Impact.
Yeah. And
which
it
are all
just
copies of movies from like the 50s as well.
But it was like one person heard that the other person was doing it, so they had to make it. And then so every
Volcanoes movies, there was Dante's Peak and then Volcano.
All it was just the same thing.
But
I can understand them trying to stake their claim that they were the first ones when it's something like that. But the game industry doesn't have that kind of problem of somebody just completely ripping off. Besides, obviously, Saints Row, but that was made as a complete
piss take
rip-off.
Yeah. But
which
also
I only
movies...
just downloaded, actually. It's one of the games with gold this month. I downloaded Saints Row 3. Go.
On the Xbox.
Saints Row 3, that's a good one. I had a lot of fun with that one.
Yeah.
What's this games with gold thing?
What? Xbox 360. Although it is coming to Xbox One. Stay tuned.
But just quickly, with the movies now, when they've made a movie and they have a trailer, it's not like in 2 years' time. It's usually like in a few months' time. Especially with even some of the latest like Thor movies. You'll see like, I won't see anything on the internet or TV. I'll just see a billboard. It's like, oh shit, that comes out like in a couple of months.
And it's surprising because some movies are actually made 5 years ago, but they don't release it.
Hell yeah, it's not the right time. Like when David Lynch made June, which is a fantastic movie. Everyone fucking see that movie. Then when he made that, he couldn't release that for a couple of years because Star Wars had just come out and it wasn't really similar, but in the terms of like sci-fi and all that sort of stuff, it was similar. So,
well, people thought that was the reason why, of the games that had a established, user base, back when the new consoles just dropped, and Assassin's Creed 4, both made by Assassin's Creed 4 and Watch Dogs, both made by Ubisoft. It's like, geez, do we release two games within the same sort of launch window, which are essentially the same as each other, both open world roamers where you're in one period of time and, the other one's sort of near future, but essentially is one and the same. So, I mean, they had to apply a level of polish, if that's to be believed, to Watch Dogs, and now they've got, the sufficient amount of time for the people that plan on buying Assassin's Creed 4 to buy that, and then get their money's worth out of that, let the hype build up for Watch Dogs, and then people will buy that as well. So, yeah.
That's the thing, yeah. I feel what I've said, I didn't get my point across. I can't quite explain it properly, but anyway, yeah.
No, I see your point entirely, because and I guess with the movie metaphor you were saying before about how it's either going to be coming in a few months and you've known about it for a little while, but you haven't seen anything to do with it, versus, Batman versus Superman. We know that's coming out in 2016. Apparently Marvel have got all their movies backed up until 2024. That whole, launch window, I think they begin what they're calling phase 2 or something, or what is it? I don't even know if that's the actual correct terming, but like
I've never even heard of that.
Well, Ant-Man and all these other sort of lesser known franchises, which they're in the process of.
Why are they choosing stuff like Ant-Man? They've still got big name heroes they could bring out.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know whether or not there's scope to keep going with the existing ones, which is probably why they call it phase 2. I mean, Iron Man's pretty much at the end of its trilogy, if that is indeed a trilogy.
Like, I mean, there were other big names in the X-Men that were just like in the movies for like 2 seconds. They could use them for a movie.
Yeah.
I think Juggernaut, he's got massive storylines. He was in one movie.
As an antagonist, though, but not a...
Well, that's what I mean. You could have him as just a villain movie where he just goes around.
Yeah, maybe.
But Godzilla, that was a huge movie. That's a huge blockbuster. When did they announce that? I only just heard...
I only heard about it last week.
No, well...
What a sheltered life you live, Chris. My goodness.
I had heard of that, but a few months ago? Maybe even a little bit more?
I don't know how good it's going to be because it doesn't
I've already seen it.
Azaria in it anymore.
Exactly. I saw it actually when it came out on Thursday night. It's all right.
Really?
It's good.
That's more downplayed than what I thought.
I had massive hopes for it because from what I'd seen in the trailer, I was like, oh, this is going to be like good and like, like a bit serious sort of thing, not like corny or whatever. Like it looks like a serious movie. And it pretty much is. Yeah. Like it is. It's good. The script is really bad. The acting is really bad.
But that's what made it famous. Like everyone loved the Japanese one because the mouth wasn't talking while people were talking, and then it would start talking after they've finished.
But judging by the trailers, it doesn't look like it's going to be like that at all. It's probably why there's really no talking in the trailers or anything. And then the CGI is fantastic. See, it's easy to compare it to Pacific Rim, whereas there's lots of fighting between, those sort of gaijin, is it? Yep. Gaijin, which is like a bad Japanese word for like whitey. Anyway.
I was wondering about that.
Yeah.
Wasn't that what they called that guy in Fast and Furious?
Yeah. It's like Japanese say it to like tourists and Westerners. Not saying that's actually what they say. Japanese people are fantastic. I fucking love Japan. Anyway.
He does, actually. The amount of time he goes on about Japan. I'm going there.
My
I've got to
God.
go there.
Yeah.
He's going to be my tour guide.
We're all going.
Yeah.
Fucking gonna chill out in Harajuku. Anyway, what was I fucking talking
see
about?
the cherry blossoms.
Yeah, definitely. We're going to go all down there, sucker. I was comparing it a bit too much to Pacific Rim because the fighting between the monsters, I wanted more fighting in Godzilla, maybe like 1 or 2 more fight scenes, because it's not just Godzilla in it. He's not destroying like cities and like the people. He's fighting other monsters, which I didn't know about.
Yeah.
Like Mothra and...
Is it Goira? Goira or something?
Oh,
or
man,
Moira?
I can't remember. Yeah, some weird name. They're cool. They look like these ginormous cockroaches and their eyes look awesome. I wanted more like fight scenes between them. Other than that, it was pretty good.
And I think just in terms of keeping stuff, I suppose, behind closed doors, Godzilla, as far as what I could remember, apart from, the established fights with Mothra and all the other sort of oversized paraphernalia and all that, I didn't actually know of the existence of the second creature or second or third creature in this current Godzilla until like last week. I'm like, oh, okay. It wasn't just a human race versus this big fucking lizard thing.
Yeah.
It becomes, so much more than that. Yeah.
Monster v monster. Yeah. And then we're just like collateral damage. Like
they didn't call the Power Rangers in to verse a giant monster?
They did not.
Captain Planet.
My childhood is ruined.
Yeah. Some Brazilian kid going, heart! And then getting squashed instantly. Little shit.
That's not Power Rangers, that's...
Captain Planet.
That's what I said.
Captain
Planet.
Oh, sorry, I didn't hear that.
Yeah.
I stopped listening when you started talking. No.
Par for the course.
But just another which segue into my news topic. Sorry, I'm going to fucking keep on talking. I know everyone's fucking sick of me. If you're still listening, listening.
Give it a like, folks. You're in here for a reason. Listening for your entertainment. Give it a like.
Leave a comment if you want
me to what you think of Godzilla. No spoilers.
Speaking of when there were these massive games way announced and all this sort of stuff, like heaps far in advance, there's a new game coming out that's called Transistor, which kind of looks like a RPG sort of thing and is made by the people that made Bastion, which I never actually played, but apparently is a fantastic game. So maybe Bastion fans knew this game was coming out. I don't know. But it actually comes out on the 20th, which is the same day as Wolfenstein. And it looks really, really nice. And it's one of those things where it's like, here's a game which looks like visually amazing. So did Bastion set like not the benchmark, but, is well known for looking amazing. And this game comes out in 3 days' time, which I had no idea about. And I usually like sort of obscure sort of games that I've never really, AAA games like Halo 5, which you guys knew about, and it's like the biggest game ever I didn't even know about. Whereas this comes out in a couple of days, and it looks like it's going to be amazing. It looks like it's going to be beautiful. But
under the radar, is that? Yeah.
Just thing like that. So either way, I'll be getting that in a couple of days because it looks really nice. So
well, you touched on it before, and it was kind of low down on the other sort of topics that I had, but it does, fun enough, segue beautifully into what we were talking about before about hype and how, to a certain extent, it's died down. You mentioned Wolfenstein. Now,
that game's going to be shit.
Really?
It's going to be shit.
Okay.
Okay. Maybe I'm being real cynical, but I've seen like the footage of it. There's no multiplayer.
It's going to be like
okay.
Duke Nukem.
Well, here's where my education comes in.
Waiting. And then Duke Nukem came out. Everyone's like, it's going to be awesome. It's just going to be just like in the 90s. And it wasn't.
It was crap. Okay. Maybe saying it's going to be shit is exaggerating too much and being too cynical. But I don't think it's going to be very good. And I think it's going to be a massive letdown because, again, no multiplayer. I'm not saying, every game has to have multiplayer. I don't really care. I want like a really good single-player story mode sort of thing. Like it's going to be really nice. But from the footage that I've seen, it's like real linear. It's running through like trenches with like enemies jumping out from like behind a box, and you shoot them, and then you progress further. That's what it looks like, and it's
I wouldn't mind seeing a review
nothing new
between Gav and you Because Gav didn't play it back in the day, did you, Gav?
I played the original.
Oh, you did?
Wolfenstein 3D is like my all-time favorite game.
Yeah.
Even though it wasn't even on a top 10 list, I'm sure it was.
Yeah, it was.
Doom,
Might have been. Yeah.
very similar.
Yeah, I mean,
I still know where all the secrets are.
put it this way: of the original games, of all the great genres, chances are I've played it and put it down for something that came along that was bigger and better. That's just the evolution
And
of
so-
games, I suppose.
In looking at the teasers and the trailers for Wolfenstein, you were thinking the opposite. You were thinking it was going to be...
I will read out the notes that I've got here based on the topics that we were going to discuss tonight. It says, Wolfenstein - haven't been into it before now, as in the hype and, keeping track of news and stuff like that. But I think I like the look of it.
See, that's the thing. Like, when the game gets remade, it does go to a different market sometimes. And some of the older fans drop off. Because Fallout, love it. And I hated Fallout 3.
Okay.
And that was everyone else loves Fallout 3.
I mean, like, whereas Fallout 2 and 1 are like
Yeah.
absolutely fantastic. Fallout 3 I did like, but if I was asked when they were making Fallout 3 if I wanted it to be more like, Oblivion or Skyrim sort of open world sort of thing, or Fallout 2, 10 out of 10 I would say more Fallout 2. Make another Fallout 2 sort of thing. Just because it's fantastic. But the trailers and stuff like that for Wolfenstein, they do look like really intriguing because you don't actually see like any gameplay sort of thing. They've got that soundtrack which doesn't fit in the slightest. Mad song, like I fucking love that song. Doesn't fit in there at all. But it's one of those things where really when you've got like all that cool shit going on, if you try it with your little YouTuber sort of thing where you put in two at once, then you mute the one on the left and you play another song on the right, you can pretty much put any song in there and it's going to sound fucking badass sort of thing.
Yeah.
But the like, I love like all the robots and the machines, like it looks awesome. But when I saw like the gameplay, it's like this, I'm not expecting anything massively revolutionary, but has brought anything new, if anything, with the lack of multiplayer, it's a step back sort of thing. And now they're trying to boost up pre-orders by saying, oh, you get Doom 4 beta early access and all this sort of stuff, where now, which touched on before, where this whole beta thing is just now just even more marketing because it's not a beta, it's a demo. You get to play the demo.
So is it a beta or is it like the SimCity beta, which was actually just a demo and it was timed for an hour?
And it was shit.
After an hour it ended.
Well, in fairness, they said that they were stress testers for the servers, which clearly they took no notice of because for starters, in the beta, no one could even log in. And then when the game was released, no one could log in for like a week and a half, 2 weeks. So
standing by the printer as the results came out. Like, right.
Yeah.
The servers are shit then. Okay, let's just put that in the bin. Let's make sure, like when Homer discovers, like gets his IQ points, it's like, oh, I was going through a flat tax formula and I discovered that there is no God. Is like, oh, nope, it's airtight. Better not let this one get out. Starts burning it. And
or like, I'm not even going to say it. Anyway.
Okay, so, I mean, the second part of that story is that you've seen, you said you saw gameplay footage?
Yeah.
Right, so that's probably what I haven't seen, apart from what was in the trailer.
By the trailer, it looks mad. Like, I was totally psyched. Even like the art style, like that fucking awesome red and all that sort of stuff, and like the logo, I was like, and the big like machine, I was like, this is going to be like seriously cool. Like, all the other Wolfenstein games were like shit. Like, I had it on PlayStation 3. I got it from the bargain bin for $10, and I still wanted to return it after that. It was so crap. And then I saw this, and I was like,
Grind My Gears Part 2, everyone.
Yeah, sorry. And then I saw this, and I was like, again, this is kind of like the whole Godzilla thing, where this looks like a serious game. Like, it looks like it's mature and serious sort of thing. And then I saw the gameplay, and I was like, no, it's going to be... I can't wait to try it, though. But anyway.
Do you think it's a touch of the, what I will call colonial marine syndrome?
Yeah.
Where it's made to look better than what it is. I don't think there's...
There are a few games that have that.
Yeah, but there's not the embargoes on this that there was on the Colonial Marines being deceptive intentionally.
See, I haven't checked any of the latest trailers for Wolfenstein, Seeing as the game comes out in 2 days' time, is there gameplay footage or anything like that in the trailers for it, or is it still just like that cinematic?
It's cinematic plus what looked like one of those mechanical things jumping out at you, which did look like a first-person view of you actually in game, but it's so fleeting that you can't really get a feel for it.
It's like half a second. So why are they not showing like any gameplay for a game?
Well, I mean, Blizzard is famous for never showing gameplay. They have their awesome cinematics.
They also have like a reputation of you can fucking buy any Blizzard game and you know it's going to be fucking legit.
Yeah.
Touché.
Yeah. Whereas who's making this Wolfenstein one? Exactly. They don't have the fucking reputation to do that. So if you don't know who's making it, it can't be that big. Again, maybe I'm being like a massive dickhead and way too cynical.
It's okay. It's opinions. It's all opinions.
It's opinions. Yeah, thank you.
You're getting old, Ben.
Yeah, that's the thing. We've mentioned this before. We're like older gamers now. Before when we were young, we would fucking buy anything because it was all glittery and like glitzy and like looked like really cool, like fast action, all this sort of stuff. Now it's like, no, I want to know if it's a good game or not because
it's my money.
It's my money. And
it's disposable income now.
Yeah, disposable income. Paying my power bill or, But, yeah, before then you just buy anything. Now it's like maybe my attention span isn't, well, still all right-ish. But in terms of games, I need something that's a little bit more engrossing, not just like a stupid shoot 'em up or whatever.
Yeah, I always love something that's got a good story.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not sure if you guys...
It's the game's
Did you
equivalent.
ever play the campaign for Battlefield 4?
No. I started it and I lost interest.
I've got the perfect metaphor for this. As older gamers, games with substance to us now is girlfriends with substance.
Wise.
Profound.
So instead of just
streams. So back
super
then,
short skirts and massive cans or whatever and fucking around on a weekend, now it's a little bit more serious. Let's go get brunch on a Sunday and chat about
our feelings.
Fucking whatever.
I'd rather shoot myself than have brunch.
Brunch is fantastic.
Brunch is great. You're not doing it right.
Exactly. Clearly, Gav and I are older because we think brunch is good, where Chris is still wanting to stick his dick in everything that moves.
Bros have brunch, man. Bros have brunch. You haven't lived until you've had a latte at 11:30 and then order the pancakes. That's fine. It's fine.
Or quiche.
Yeah,
live a little.
Quick share, as I call it.
Quick share.
New topic.
But yeah, what you said was that's it. I'll stop talking now.
Young, you do want a shooter. Whereas later in life you want something that's has a bit more substance to it and a bit more of a longevity to it, and less than 4 hours of gameplay, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
I like my women like my cars, fast and expensive, and I only keep it for 2 years.
Yeah, with a balloon payment at the end. What? No, it's lost the metaphor.
I'd rather the balloon payment for the non-balloon.
Yeah. A topic that will enrage or excite Ben.
You don't want to enrage me right now. I'll fucking go on for about another 20 minutes. Anyway, continue.
Far Cry 4, go. You didn't like Far Cry 3?
I didn't.
Which
is that? Am I like the only person in the world? I liked Blood Dragon.
Yeah.
But number 3, for starters, when it came out, didn't like.
That was one that
didn't like an
awesome
AMD
on the
video
trailers.
card. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It didn't like my video card, which just wasn't optimized for it. So
what was
top
your
of the range video,
Chris? What did you say?
I said it looked awesome on the trailers and all the teasers and stuff. Because I remember, I think I was with Ben when he first saw it, and he was like, "Oh, I'm going to have to remember what this was."
Yeah.
Then,
it still to this day is one of maybe half a dozen games that I bought purely based on a YouTube video and what I've seen them play. That Jay did a playthrough of Far Cry. I thought this game looks quite fun, and I'd seen a couple of montages from funny shit that had happened where people are being attacked by tigers and all that sort of stuff. I thought, yeah, it looks pretty good. I think got it for Christmas that year. Played it, really liked it. Bang, that's it. Fan, in the same sort of mold as, Borderlands or Fallout or whatever. I can see myself, continuing on with the franchise.
I'll give number 4 a shot because everyone seemed to like it. Number 3. I don't know why I didn't like it, but I actually gave it another shot maybe a few weeks ago. And I don't know. The flamethrower was great. I love burning the grass. I had more fun with that.
That's in my pile of shame, actually. Damn.
Yeah.
Still.
I literally got up to the part where you have to go to like the boat or something like that. So like, talking like 20 minutes in. So,
oh, right.
Yeah.
I've unlocked the second
big
island.
ship boat like on the side. Oh, there's a second. Oh, I don't know.
You got up to the part where you enter your name.
Thrill ho. But yeah, I'll give number 4 a shot.
Thrill ho.
Yeah. Okay, but see, that's a good example. Far Cry 4, we've just found out about it now, November 18th. That's perfectly fine.
Yep, exactly.
That's perfectly fine. It's not November 18th, 2015. Actually, it doesn't say what year, does it? No, it doesn't. So
that's how they trap you.
That's the proviso. Oh, the game is, we have to keep on pushing it back.
We're all about segues tonight because one of the other topics I had was Rockstar Games is working on an unannounced new gen game for release sometime this fiscal year.
Oh.
No more details other than that, although, and it's something we've spoken about before, and potentially, given the timing of it, Red Dead 2. Now, fiscal year suggests to me that it's before the end of the financial year, which...
That's what I'm thinking.
It's July.
Yeah,
I
July
don't think you can keep a game as big as Red Dead under wraps for that long.
But it depends when they've started working on it. Did they say they've just started now? Or they've been working on it for a while?
Well, the sentence that I pretty much copy and pasted was, is working on an unannounced new gen game for release sometime this fiscal year. So it might be a new IP, but I think, given that Red Dead was, 2010? Around that? I'm pretty sure it was around 2010.
Probably end up being just a Facebook game or something.
Well, yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was like, oh, it's just going to be like a mobile app or...
Yeah.
When they said,
yeah.
But it says new gen, so...
Okay.
But when Blizzard said they were working on Hearthstone, let's say because I've just bought it, yay! When they were working on that, everyone was like, oh my god, a new game, sort of thing. And it's like a small team of like 30 people or something like that, which in terms of Blizzard is like tiny.
Yeah.
And then it comes out and they're like, a card game?
Really?
Seriously? Really? But like, it's amazing. Like, it's perfect example of like a full-on polished game.
Yeah.
Anyway, so it could, I was thinking it could have been something, weird and small like that. But if they say next gen, I'm guessing it's got to be a big title.
Red Dead's another game that I haven't played, which I was hoping that this Xbox Gold would allow me to play previous games that I could download.
Well, if it's Red Dead,
be doing something like that. Because I know now they've like changed Xbox Gold. You don't actually need it to play things anymore. It's they've gone and changed what Xbox Gold is.
Yeah, yeah. I haven't read into the actual changes. I think that some of the TV apps you don't need gold for.
Yeah.
But as far
Which
as...
doesn't really work in Australia anyway.
No, that's it. Yeah, it's pretty much a limited functionality. The games with gold, for the 360 at least, I mean, I don't know when Saints Row 3
that's
came
what I thought
out.
was going to happen. Oh, that was last year, something.
Saints Row 3?
Yeah. I think it was last year.
Came out a while ago.
Well, Saints Row 4.
Because I have it on PlayStation 3. Saints Row 4 came out last year, yeah.
Oh, sorry. I forgot how many numbers there were.
Really?
Not the first time.
Zing. Yeah, so whether or not there's a minimum period of time, I mean, that's a pretty blockbuster game to even be released. I mean, it might have very well been released prior to now. Maybe they give it a 2-year window and go, right, it's now eligible for games with gold. That'd be awesome if it was. And if I have missed out, let me know in the comments below, because that'd be horrific.
And it's also it's going to be interesting what it's going to be, because really knowing Rockstar, especially with Grand Theft Auto 5, it's one of those things where if it's going to be coming out, okay, say within a year's time, 12 months time, they would have like a teaser picture, or what it's going to be. But in this case, they're not. So it's kind of
I don't know
interesting. Maybe it's a different publicity thing now, where instead of releasing a thing, they're just saying we're working on something, and right now we're talking about it.
See, that'd be something. You don't tell anybody about it. All you do is you say, we got this game and it's on sale, and it's from us, and it's only available for 15 days. Go. Then everyone would just go nuts to buy it.
Imagine the mad rush on it if just tomorrow they said, Grand Theft Auto 6 comes out.
You know what, though? I've just looked at the URL, and even though the actual text of the description of the story said, working on an unannounced new-gen game for release sometime this fiscal year, the URL itself says Rockstar-working on new-gen game due by March 2015. So when they say release sometime this fiscal year...
It's financial year, yeah.
This financial
June to June.
Yeah, so they're saying June to June.
There's the financial year is different in other countries.
No.
Well, I know the FBT is March to April, but it hardly relates to fringe benefits tax.
And it said March. Did it say March?
In the URL, it says, March 2015.
So maybe they're running off that.
So maybe it will be. Maybe it will be a big franchise or it could be the GTA 5 port to PC.
Yeah, that's true.
Unannounced new-gen game. Who knows? Who knows, indeed. In fact,
and again, it's
who does know?
Frustrating. Yeah, who does know?
Tell me. Who knows?
It's probably going to be the next rock band or something.
Yeah, the next... what was the Bully game they did?
Bully.
Oh. New Bully then.
Pre-show clip. Oh, hang on. This might stray into grinds my gears. The Division delayed to 2015. Boom.
Yeah.
We also just call this particular show the Whinge-cast.
Whinge with Ben.
Whinge feed.
When did they announce the Division?
Ages.
2013?
E3. I'm pretty sure it was... People were jizzing on stage at E3. I was in Europe at the time, so I'm pretty sure that's when it was.
And generally when they release stuff on E3, they've been working on it for at least a bit, not just the day before. They're like, we're going to make a game called The Division. So they would have been pretty established. So now it's been delayed to 2015.
Yeah. It's on a brand new engine.
We're in May.
I thought The Division was being delayed because they were bringing out the new Rainbow Six movie. Both of them are Tom Clancy stories, games. But Rainbow Six, no one's heard anything about that.
No, I didn't even know there was a movie being made. I know they just did
Ghost
Recon online.
They're making a new Rainbow Six game.
Is it a mobile game? Because I think if it's that... No? Okay.
Pretty sure it was a console game.
Well, that's the one that's been the sketchiest sort of news release of the week. It hasn't had a whole lot to say about it. Just that, we're not compromising on quality. It's the same thing as what we heard from, Watch Dogs, 7 months ago. We weren't happy with the level of polish, end quote. So they're just trying to polish things up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of Watch...
Patriots, Xbox One.
Oh. News to me. Sorry, Ben.
Well, speaking of the Watch Dogs, I saw the leaked footage of it, of like the gameplay, which is pretty cool to see. I think it was about 10 minutes or so. It wasn't published by Ubisoft or anything like that. It was just by some random kid. I don't know how he got his hands on it or whatever, but it seemed to be on PlayStation 4. looked all right. Like graphics wise, I'm talking. Like it looked, all right. Nothing spectacular or anything. They had all that whole debacle, which is still going about the whole 1080p at 60 frames, which has now been removed from their website. All that sort of crap, which is just annoying.
Did a driving vlog yesterday, which went into a little bit of detail about that and how I don't subscribe to the whole resolution battle, and how I think it's...
As in what?
I think it's perpetuated a lot by the media as well, and some sort of smart marketing people within Sony or Microsoft saying, there's a 138 pixel disparity between 1080p and 900p or...
Well, I mean, most people aren't going to use it because most people are going to hook it up to their TV, and not a lot of TVs have anything but HDMI slots, and HDMI only goes to 60 hertz. So what the 1080p and the 120 hertz and stuff, it's all for PC.
The consoles were supposed to run at 1080p, which an HD TV can, and run at 60 frames, which a 60 hertz TV can do. So it was supposed to get the most out of your TV.
Oh well.
And they were promoting it like that for ages.
They removed the sentence which specified 1080p probably a week ago.
Yeah, that's what I just said. It's been removed from the website now. It's not there anymore. So again, a week ago. Yeah.
900 PS4 and 30 frames a second, 792
30 frames.
And 30 frames on the X1.
Which, if that doesn't sound like a big deal, have a look it up. Look at the difference between 30 frames and 60 frames, and you'll pee your pants a little bit because it is definitely noticeable. If it's side by side, once your eyes adjust, you kind of don't, notice it anymore. But still, because I play on PC, once I go to 60 frames or 120 frames, going back down to 30 frames is just like fucking annoying.
Oh, yeah, but that's PC though.
Yeah.
With the consoles, I don't really think like 30 frames, 60 frames. It's not really like playing on the computer. It's different.
No, exactly the same. It's supposed to look good. It's next gen. Why is it not next gen? Why?
Well, that's true. None of the games really do look next gen.
But that's the thing as well. A lot of times when they release new hardware like this, it's still not optimized properly. So that's a lot of an argument people put up as well. Well, it's not optimized yet. But
and you probably won't start to see, the developers now, sort of having that eureka moment where it's like, okay, well, this is how I get 1080p out of an Xbox One, which, historically over the last 6 months has been the main sort of criticism against, the DRAM or the DDR5 or whatever RAM spec they're using versus the PS4, that it's harder to extract that 1080p.
And the PS4 uses DDR5.
Okay, I think the Xbox One uses...
DDR3.
Is it DDR3 and then it's like a different terminology? Is it GRAM or DRAM? Or
it uses like...
it's a different spec.
What it is. It is a different spec. But that's one of the things, I guess you need something to push it to the limits to really compare.
And you'll probably find that, if Halo 5, is all what it's supposed to be, I think that's probably going to start the process of you seeing truly what next gen can do. I mean, Rise actually touched on it a bit. I mean, that game did look beautiful, despite...
Rise looked nice.
Yeah.
Like, when I borrowed your one,
Yeah.
I was actually quite surprised. I was like, whoa, like, the movement and everything. Like, it looks really nice. Like, I was really impressed with that. To move from, like, a PlayStation 3 to, like, a brand new next-gen Xbox One. And I was like, yeah, that looks nice. I'm quite impressed with that. But then now that it's kind of... not going backwards, but
I was playing the Metal Gear Solid demo, and that looks quite good.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys have played or seen the gameplay of that, but
no, but that's So that
like
comes
when I put it in, I was like, this is good old Metal Gear, like clean graphics, nice movement, lighting and stuff. It was exactly like playing a Metal Gear.
Well, that's because it comes from, Hideo Kojima, who's like anal as hell, who if it went to like, 1 frame below
29
what
frames.
it should be like, he'd be like, not fire everyone, but like, he'd be like, no, I'm not releasing it till it's like 100%, 110% perfect sort of thing.
Yeah, I think the next Metal Gear will also be a next-gen contender for the graphics and stuff.
That's good. It's going to look great. But, okay, so Watch Dogs comes out on the 27th of May.
Mm-hmm.
So, say 2 weeks ago. So, 2 weeks before the game comes out, they just realised that the whole thing that they were promoting for ages, they've just realised 2 weeks before the game's released that it can't run at that.
And
how does that work? Yeah, how does that work?
You should have final specs on a game that's due to release that, chances are this whole period of time between now and the 27th would be dedicated to, inventory, printing those CDs, getting them out to the retailers if they already haven't got them, which in itself is even more deceptive because it means they've known about it for a lot longer than that anyway.
Yep. As console, you've bought into the whole console thing. Essentially, not to sound like rude or blunt or anything, but everyone who bought a console has been taken like for a massive ride and just getting treated like shit. That's
I don't know. Stupid. When I bought the Xbox One, I knew the graphics were never going to be the same as computer. So I've gone from computer to the Xbox.
I'm not comparing the two. I know I do in the past, but right now I'm not. I'm talking from like a business perspective where they knew for ages or whatever. How did they only find out 2 weeks before the game comes out? That's taking people. They had pre-orders then. You could pre-order the fucking game like ages ago. All the pre-order packs and all that sort of bullshit.
When's mine?
And then they're just finding out now.
I've got the receipt for it in my wallet in front of me. Let's see when I pre-ordered it. And this is the actual one that I need to cancel. This is
like, how mad does that... How mad, like, when you think about it, how mad is saying, like this whole open world game, Watch Dogs, is going to be fantastic. It's going to run at 1080p at 60 frames. This game is going to be the bomb. We've been talking about this game for ages and how much it was going to be the bomb. I'm still excited for it because I've got it on PC. But 2 weeks before it comes out.
8th of March, 2014, at 3:20 in the afternoon.
And that was already after your other pre-order, though, wasn't it?
No, this is before it because then I thought the vigilante...
But you could...
Sorry?
But in hindsight, you could have ordered this game, in January? Couldn't you?
I think I pre-ordered mine maybe a couple of weeks after you gave the Xbox back, Ben.
Yeah.
There you go.
Because I was back in the store looking at games after that.
Well, since we're all about the segues, do you think the whole, starting from June 9, the whole connectless Xbox is operating on the same sort of premise of get people
I would have liked to have a connectless Xbox at the start.
Yeah.
I probably would have ended up buying a lot more stuff for the Xbox.
Another game.
$399 or something.
Plug and charge and play kit. An extra controller, you probably could have got a lot for $100.
Or just fucking pocketed it as well. But so the whole I heard about it, but I don't know, seeing as I don't own one as well, and didn't have to do the whole rigmarole of buying all that stuff at the time, which costs a lot of fucking money. Is the main the main thing, like a cost sort of thing? It's not like
it's like the iPhone 5 and the iPhone 5C.
Yeah. Okay, so it's just like
in relation to what?
Oh, the Xbox and the connectless Xbox. It's just a little bit of a pricing difference.
So it's just a pricing difference. Okay, yeah. I wasn't sure if there was something else.
Internally, they realised, just based on the components, that they, that would be the main contributor to a price drop. But originally, they said they would never even do that. In that, you could probably, with a connectless Xbox, you could still make money by dropping it.
I mean, in certain countries where you've got great internet connection and you've got this network to back up Xbox TV, music, streaming,
Yeah.
Connect is awesome. But in Australia, where a lot of those functions are very slow or they don't work properly, we don't even use them.
Your Connect, though, okay, say you're not playing a game that has Connect function where you do all the movements and stuff. Does it have a point? Do you use it at all?
It's just voice activated.
Yeah. Or for functions that, you still do. I mean, let's face it, if you're on Xbox Live, you have an internet connection, and there are still other functionality like Twitch and YouTube and, and a few other sort of online apps, TED and different news sites.
Yeah, there's a lot of streaming and stuff.
Streaming apps, yeah. I mean, will use it for that. I used Xbox Fitness just yesterday. Just fucking wrecked myself as well. Just yesterday. So, but a lot of people are getting butthurt because they're like, oh, so does that mean I get a $100 rebate then? It's like, well, no. It's like, have you got $100 worth of enjoyment out of having an Xbox One before everyone else over the course of the last 6 months? And if the answer is yes, then stop fucking complaining.
Yeah, stop whinging. See, if I wanted to be really cynical, I could be like, oh, so at one stage they would have known that they were going to remove this feature where they could sell it without the Xbox Connect with it. But so then why at the start did they sell it where you had to, because they were like, oh no, you need the Xbox Connect for the game to play the Xbox.
They've never actually had a reason.
It was to get developers on board.
To buy the Kinect.
Yeah. So sales is shit.
With the
so they want to make it even cheaper.
The Kinect was still an option.
Yeah.
And with the Xbox One, they want to get the Kinect out there. They want people to have it for the functions and stuff. Maybe they've got big plans in the future, but at the moment, it's kind of falling short.
Yeah. Well, I think I'm being too much of a dickhead about it, but yeah, I'm being like way too hard on it. Like, if I want to nitpick, I'm finding a reason to do it. I think that's what I'm doing, but yeah.
They had a developer base, though, that they wanted to sort of engage with every single game that, ever was going to be brought out on the platform, which, as soon as they sort of did a 180 on like, oh, by the way, you don't need the Kinect on connected in order for the Xbox to function, I think that was the first misstep in that it didn't exactly fill developers with a lot of, faith in the unit.
Plus, it's the hottest running part of the Xbox. Like, that's the thing that has the most heat coming out of it, the Kinect. Yeah.
Plus, it's spying on you while you masturbate.
Yeah, that is a point. So.
See, at least PlayStation was upfront about it.
Yeah.
They just, whatever.
That was their slogan, wasn't it? We look at you while you masturbate.
Yeah. Show your friends.
Share on Twitch.
But it's interesting as well with that leaked gameplay footage of the Watch Dogs. That seemed to be like good resolution. But can you record from? From the PlayStation. Mm-hmm. Can you record from the PlayStation now? Have they fixed that?
That was the patch that was the most recent patch. Yeah, it was HDCP removal.
All right. Everyone buy PlayStation now.
You know what, though? I mean, it hasn't gone up yet. But in my driving vlog, I did admit to contemplating one in the next few months. Yeah.
When something good comes out, if you want it, get one. If Red Dead 2 comes out on PlayStation 4, I'll buy one just to play that game.
My plan was always to buy both because I had both at the start, then I had none. And I just thought I may as well go back to having both. Because I've missed out on so many games that are in between.
Profound.
Yeah.
Finn. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, and at first, I mean, I did a video about it on my channel about the whole cheat sheet thing and how I broke stuff down into specific areas and controller type and what I'm more comfortable with. The user interface, the timed exclusives, what my friends on, exclusives both at launch and at I suppose, during the course of its life cycle, and the Xbox came out winning. And one of the, I suppose, the supplementary little factors that worked its way into it was the HDCP side of things. Even though I only do quad feed at the moment and the odd video on other gaming stuff, it obviously still revolves around capturing gameplay. And it was just the easiest thing to capture it with. My Elgato just plugs straight into the back of it.
Yeah.
Don't need to worry about it.
We said when tossing up between the two, you have to choose the one that would, exactly what you said, the one that works for you best.
I don't regret
If you got
it.
a PlayStation, no. Well, I was just going to ask you, if it was an even playing field, what would you have got? But
one of those things about what your friends play, that was the older generation. That was kind of a big feature, but now it's always online. You're always signed in. I'm finding I play a lot when my friends aren't online, and I still play against people. And you've got all the interaction and stuff, and you don't really. It's good to play with your friends, but it's not. I can only play multiplayer with people that I know, which was what the old style was before the Microsoft Live and the PSN came in.
Thing is, though, I mean, the 7 years between consoles is quite a long time, and you'd think that in that period of time, the take up for a new console would be quite high, especially when you're talking about old gamers like you and I, with 7 years ago wouldn't have necessarily had the disposable income to go out and just go, I'll just drop $600 on a PS4 or an Xbox One. Whereas now
Raffles.
we can kind of do that. So I was kind of banking on more people, in combination, I suppose, with the YouTube side of things and how I'm a bit more exposed than you guys might be. In that, it'd be good to play with subscribers, and it could be good to play with streamers and all that sort of stuff. So. Yeah, and getting a PS4 was only going to open that up even further. But yeah, I was never going to be just go out and grab it anyway, and then have to pay twice for both games because I wanted Titanfall. So it's like, well, but I end up paying for Titanfall twice. So yeah, clearly I'm very educated on these things.
Well, when was the last time we logged into Titanfall?
Today.
Oh, okay,
Played
cool.
today.
I still haven't played it for ages.
I bought the season pass today,
which is
and I
a shame.
downloaded the 3 maps, although I haven't played the 3 maps yet.
Have you used the companion app?
I downloaded that today, and I haven't used that either.
See, I thought I was disappointed with what I was told the app did. I think the app with the map, you should be able to touch on the screen where you want your Titan to drop. That would be an awesome feature.
That'd be distracting as hell, though. Put
No,
your
because you can
controller
drop it
down.
on people. You can go, look, there's some guy running around in circles. Done. It's going to land on him. That'll be the best feature ever.
That's the Titanfall app as it is right now.
What does it do again?
Well,
It's just a map.
That's just the title screen at the moment, but main menu.
It's not just for stats or something, is it?
No, it shows where your team is, and when somebody fires a gun, it shows where the enemy is and stuff.
Cool. Gimmicky, but cool.
I do like the
That's
styling
why
of it. It's beautiful. It looks very slick.
Mm.
I'm going to play with that later on. Yeah.
But speaking of mobile games, you said just before the show you said you downloaded Hearthstone. So
I did. I was on the train the other day, and I saw what looked to be the most stereotypical, person that could ever be playing this game. He was a rather
Was it your reflection?
No. He was a rather rotund guy.
So he looked like me.
He was far from.
Good.
Far from it. In a business suit, he was, probably in his late 30s, early 40s. Probably going to go home to his cup of noodles for one, and his cat,
3 cats,
and his cat Morpheus. only to, and he was playing Hearthstone on an iPad. So I thought, well, I'm not in my early 40s. I don't have a cat. I hate cats. And I don't masturbate furiously to Ellen Page. So I thought, why not?
So I've only been harping on about it for like a couple of months. So it took you some random dude on the train for you to then get it. That's okay. That's good to know. My opinion is valued.
I'll trust you to the end of the earth, Ben. But it does take a rather fat, body odor ridden person to really tip me over the edge.
So is that going to be our rating system now? How many overweight older gamers does it take?
I love the music.
I'd give this a 5 out of 10.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Feels like I'm in like a medieval tavern.
Yeah, you're in an inn. You're in an inn.
Oh, am I?
Pretty much. Not really.
Haven't you played it before?
He literally just finished downloading it right before the show.
I played it for a good couple of hours when I got it, but I haven't really signed back in afterwards.
Oh. I think once you download it on your iPad, you get a free deck as well. They've got a promotion, so that's pretty cool.
Oh, okay. It was easy to get the decks, going through the people and stuff.
Oh.
And then I had fun setting the deck up, but
once you've done that though, no more decks. You only get them by winning arenas or buying them. So
see that? Free cards. It says free cards.
Can you do an opening right now, right here? I can tell you what they're good. Open your deck. Rare. What the fuck? You're starting the game, dude.
He hasn't played the introduction, so he can't get the deck yet. He has to go through the 5 battles. So this is the tutorial teaching him.
Yeah, the tutorial. The last boss is actually a bit difficult.
Yeah, I think I was the last boss was the first one that killed me.
Oh yeah.
So I made it through all the others pretty easily.
Oh, the other
last one,
super simple.
Caught me by surprise. So this is a Let's Play iPad version.
iPad. What's it like playing on the iPad, Gav? Like, is it pretty easy?
Slick as hell, man.
Yeah.
Animation's beautiful.
I always thought it was
Can you get it on iPhone?
An iPad game. When I was playing it on the computer, I was like, this would be an awesome tablet game.
Yeah. Because I played it like furiously. I wouldn't mind getting it on. So you can't get it on iPhone.
No, like on the tablet.
It'd be too hard, yeah.
The tablets are good, and it's just like the ad for it on TV. If I had it on a tablet and I knew Gav was going somewhere, like maybe when we go to PAX or something, and we were sitting at the airport, we could just play it on the tablets. That's awesome.
And I'd be like, you cannot beat my priest deck, which, Gavin, I'm telling you now, you will not beat my priest deck. So get as good as you can get,
you
will not beat
your
my
priest dick? What?
Exactly.
Your priest dick? I don't want anything to do with your priest dick.
You're gonna
well, it wants a lot to do with
beat
you.
It, Gavin.
End turn.
FYI, Gavin, we can't see the screen. It's all white.
Classic laugh. Yeah, it's too bright. Oh no.
There we go.
It adjusted. It's your turn. Oh, that's a terrible card.
Really? Did you even see it?
No, I'm just remembering. It's the same for everybody.
Yeah, it's the same at the start of everyone, yeah.
Same cards, same.
Okay.
Okay, Gavin. Put it down, mate.
Oh, God. I'm like Ron with a packet of chips.
Yeah. There's a new game on Kickstarter. It kind of looks pretty cool. It's called Super Hot. Helps if I get the name right. Super Hot. Basically, it's kind of like a first-person shooter with like the graphics are like really nice and crisp, but like simple sort of ones. So not like a COD-style shooter.
Mm-hmm.
But it almost looks like a little bit of like a puzzle sort of game where time only moves when you move. Mm-hmm. So you're at like one end of a hallway,
so
and
if
it'll be
you
like
stay still.
time has stopped. So you can then
okay.
plan your move then. So then you take you move a bit, and then the bullets will start moving towards you, and you kind of got to navigate through them.
That's
so,
awesome.
Yeah,
That's
it's
awesome.
a bit hard to explain, but when you have a look at it, it actually looks pretty cool.
The Matrix.
It's kind of like Matrix. So I think
it's kind of a bit. Yeah, actually, I wouldn't mind saying that.
Yeah.
So it's a Kickstarter, is it?
Kickstarter, yeah. They've already reached their goal with 27 days to go, so it should be pretty cool when it comes out, whenever that is. But
Seen that game?
who knows with Kickstarter?
Super Time Force, I think it's called. It's like a sideways sort of 8-bit styled shooter. I listened to an IGN podcast about it the other day, and sounded good. And then I looked on the screen, and it looked good as well. Like very sort of retro 8-bit sprites kind of shooter sideways scrolling thing. But the thing with it was that you could impact time travel. So when you die, you've got the ability to rewind and sort of watch and have that same player that died a moment ago, and you spawn in as another player, and you sort of team up and sort of readjust what you did that made you die.
That hurts my brain a little bit.
Yeah, the premise behind it sounded confusing, especially listen to it on a podcast. You're like, what the fuck? I need to see this in action just to get my head around it. But yeah, they just did the review on IGN, I think a couple of days ago, and got pretty favourable reviews. I think it's a digital download, but it looked pretty cool. If you're into the 8-bit wonders of yesteryear, which I am. I watched Alien 3 gameplay on Mega Drive today. I was like, I remember that game. That was awesome.
That was probably the only good Aliens game.
Another good one, yeah.
I mean, it detached completely from the story. I mean, she's running around in clothing from aliens in a game called Alien 3 with a machine gun, which didn't exist. It was completely detached. Like, yeah, so we'll go with it. It's fine.
Yeah.
That's what made it good.
That's it. Complete continuity irrelevance.
When's Isolation coming out, roughly?
I'm tempted to say October.
Coming out to Australia or coming out?
Someone look it up, because I'm tempted to... I can't open a new window because I'm recording the screen region. Someone find out my minions. It's like Hearthstone. I'm going to send my minions to do my work for me.
October 7.
Yeah, God, I'm good. Which I will be getting. But I'm worried about the lifespan of that. And how...
One playthrough, that's it, I reckon.
Yeah.
I reckon it'll be really good.
But how do you price
One
that, though?
playthrough and 4 hours of multiplayer.
There's no multiplayer. What's the multiplayer going to be? Like hide and seek. Oh, that's a mad idea. Hide and seek. There we go.
I thought it had multiplayer like the other one. That was the only good thing about the other ones.
What are you going to do as multiplayer, though? There's no guns in the game.
Oh, this one. Sorry. I thought we were talking about the Alien vs. Predator game.
Oh. No. Isolation, where it's just you and an alien.
I imagine this would be very much like Splinter Cell Blacklist, where one team's the alien, or one person is the alien, and they've got significant benefits over the rest of the other people, but the other people can hide. So
yeah,
hide and have.
Oh,
that was weapons.
that was in Crisis 3 as well, sort of thing, where there was the hunter and then the hunted, and there was one team and you had to wipe the team out. That was a lot of fun. I used to love that one.
Yeah.
That's
the premise behind that game Evolve as well.
That terrible radar from Aliens.
Yeah, no, they've got that.
Like that. It's like the only bit of kit you have, really.
Yeah. The sound design is amazing, though. Like, it sounds like they've mapped everything to a T.
Spot on.
Yeah.
Like that little thud. I love that. Like when...
Doors open?
No, sorry. When the little... what the fuck is that little handheld thing? The little motion detector.
Oh, yeah.
And when it picks up the motion and it's got the little thud in the sound.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that. And fun fact, there's that in every single Alien movie trailer, they have the same alien spaceship evacuation sound, the siren.
Oh, okay.
It's the same one throughout all of them. If you watch Prometheus and they've got that sound, when they play it like faster and faster sort of thing through it, that's the evacuation sound for like a spaceship in all of the Alien movies.
Cool.
I didn't explain that well at all. but it's a very cool sound.
Allow me to
At least
distract them with the news that H.R. Geiger died this week.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Segway. Oh, sad segue. Sad way.
Sad way.
Yeah. He had a very unique and weird art style, but
The funny thing was, though, is even
good.
before Alien was even conceived, like his art styling was very much Alien-based anyway.
Terrifying.
You could see the grotesque sort of styling of it, even back to, I'm not sure what the actual art's called, but it's that gunshot one where it's like the actual aliens are the bullets within the clip. I think that dates to pre-aliens, I think. Don't quote me on that. These are quad feed facts, obviously.
Citation needed.
Citation!
Oh, it's QuadFeed. The facts don't matter.
Facts don't matter and the sources are shit. Done.
Yeah. Or don't exist.
What did you
We
guys...
make any old shit up.
We make any... Yeah, that's it. Questionable sources. That was for my that was the tagline for my blog, actually. What was it? Questionable sources, useless resources, or something. Yeah, something like that. What did we think, or did we actually see them? What did you think of the new Batsuit and the teased Batmobile? Commence cheers.
The game
No, the movie.
on the movie. Okay.
I'm segueing to movies now. Movies and TV. We've done games.
Sorry. I haven't seen. I haven't seen the Batmobile. I think I saw a quick glimpse of Ben Affleck in the suit. But from what I saw, it looked pretty standard, like nothing amazing, but like a bit low key sort of thing.
It's
Am I
it's
right
been
in saying
toned
that?
down. Yeah, it's been toned
Yeah.
down to a certain extent. I think some people are saying like, gee, he's got a bit of a gut on him. And it's like, well, it's like armor plating, which, isn't supposed to be latex or anything like
Yeah.
that. It's probably, form fitted to a certain extent. Yeah, like really sort of scaled back and almost dates back to some of the earlier ones, earlier comic book sort of iterations, certainly. Batmobile wise, you saw the canopy in the background, which kind of looked a bit like the Michael Keaton Batmobile. Whilst the back end of it is very Tumblr-like. So I'm imagining a kind of marriage between the two, but it looks sick as hell.
Crossover.
Yeah.
Cool. In all honesty, I didn't get to see a proper photo of the suit or the Batmobile at all, so I'll have to check that out. That should be pretty good.
At Zack Snyder. At Zack Snyder.
That's nice.
Twitter. Yeah. I think there'll be a reveal this week of the Batmobile. I think that's
Cool.
pretty much what he said. But yeah, can't wait for that. I mean, that again, that's the movie version of the games that we're talking about, which are teased ages in advance. I think Batman and Superman is like, what, 2015, 2016?
Something like
Who
that.
knows? Who knows? Chris has gone black and white for me.
Yeah, same.
So I don't know whether or not he's
Says-
just trying to inflict a whole sort of Art Nouveau Parisian style webcam on us, or he's been disconnected and he's trying to reconnect. But we shall forge ahead.
We shall.
That sounds like a text message from said Chris.
I got it too.
Did the site crash for everyone or just me? It says I have to knock, but nothing is happening. What shall we write back, viewers?
Tweet us. We'll text him in a few days' time.
Yeah. Retrospectively tweet us at SkeelsyShoota. No, it didn't crash for us. We are live. Oh,
Now.
live corrected to love. That could have got really awkward.
Ooh.
We are live texting.
And
Right now.
this is a night for segues, I have to say, because I just have another fantastic, possible long-winded segue.
Send me away.
So we're talking about movies,
We are.
and then there's the new trailer just got released for Christopher Nolan's movie, which he was a previous director of the Batman series, of which we were just discussing. The new movie Interstellar. Have you seen that trailer?
I saw the very first one, which didn't show us a lot.
Oh, okay.
But
I didn't see that one.
If you're telling me that there's something more...
Oh, yes. It got released like a day ago.
I'm just a huge fan of anything he does.
It looks really, really cool.
It's massively fanboy, but...
Hello.
You're going to commandeer 2 of my screens now.
2, yeah.
I'm going to have to kick this one. Hello? You fucked us all, Chris.
Well,
Jesus.
Yeah. Welcome back.
What
Welcome
happened?
back, ladies and gentlemen.
It just kicked me out, and it says you've got to knock to get back in. And I clicked knock.
You still haven't gone through that link that I sent, have you?
Yeah, he hasn't. See, it doesn't have a little key in the top left-hand corner.
Which
I sent you an email last week saying you've got it. Here's a room key, which means I don't have to let you in. So now,
that's the one that I'm using, I'm pretty sure. I've always had
Right. No. Gavan has a crown. I has a key. You peasant have nothing.
you haven't. You have to knock like the bitch that you are. Only bitches knock at my door.
I can't even kick his old one.
You'll have to refresh. I just did a refresh and got all
doesn't
this
matter.
back. But now we're
I
back.
like
Sorry.
the Nouveau. I like the Nouveau.
Interstellar.
Interstellar looks really, really good. It just, yeah, I hadn't heard about this at all. And then this trailer came out, and I was like, oh, Christopher Nolan, Matthew McConaughey, we're in the McConaissance prime, and Interstellar, which I like anything sci-fi, and this just seems really, really cool. Like black hole. Black holes are awesome, and there's just exactly what I thought and think a black hole looks like, and it's all in there, and it just looks.
Without
looks
your porn site, you now know what a black hole looks like.
Yeah.
I see.
So
I
that
know next
cool.
to nothing about it, and now I'm tempted to cut the podcast short to go and look at it. No, I'm kidding.
There's like a poster of or just like a sneak peek poster of there's a new Macbeth movie, and Michael Fassbender is in it. I reckon he's a great actor, and there's just like the image of him like on the poster, and it looks really cool. And if you're a Shakespeare fan at all, I think that'd be really cool. Macbeth's pretty cool. Yeah, that's a good one.
Like a retelling or actual Shakespearean stylings?
It could be Shakespearean style.
It's going to be another Romeo and Juliet.
I thought that was really good.
It was good for what it was.
Is that like lame to say? I don't know, but I thought that was really, really good. The Macbeth with
Mel Gibson?
There was the Mel Gibson one, but there was also the other one with Patrick Stewart and David Tennant. That's a really good one too.
Oh, really?
That's like a modern spin, but like word for word, exactly the same as the book. Oh, there's a couple of sentences which are out. But yeah, that's a real good one too. So this should hopefully be pretty good, seeing because Michael Fassbender is like fucking awesome. So
he bends really fast.
He does.
The only other thing that I had that was kind of movies and TV inspired was we touched on it last week. The whole spin-off. The Flash has released a 5-minute preview, kind of setting things up and how he became the Flash and sort of other Arrow sort of tie-ins, since that was the show responsible for setting everything up. Looks pretty cool.
I haven't seen that at all.
I think it's going to be very much in the same way as, in the same vein as Arrow, week in, week out.
See, I never got into Arrow. I didn't actually realize that was a comic book character.
Yeah. I think it was it's the Green Arrow, or Green Arrow, yeah. The first season of Arrow, it was kind of, you watched it with the full knowledge that you knew that this was something on TV. You know, the acting in places was a little bit cheesy. You know, the fight choreography was very much you know, we've got a budget of X dollars to, you know, and so many takes. If we don't do it in this many takes, then fuck it, we'll just record it and put it up anyway. But like it built. It was like building and building week on week to the point where it actually be. It wasn't just a show I downloaded. It was, you know, a show that I actually had to chase up on and go, oh, geez, that's ready for download tonight. I'm going to download it and actually look forward to it. And they've just finished the end of season 2, and it was really good. So if you're after probably a popcorn show for half an hour, well, it goes for an hour. Actually.
I don't know. I just couldn't get into it because when he was doing those chin-ups with the bar, I was like, he's too athletic, show off, not into it.
That's probably 12 seconds that they show of the entire series.
So that just, to me, just judging by that was on Channel 7 here in Australia, and they were promoting that. How long were they promoting that for? 4 months?
Channel 9.
5
actually.
months?
Channel 9, yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Really?
Channel 9.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Oh, but the TV shows do that, though, because they have their ratings period. Then
but it was just the same ad of him doing those fucking chin. Like, if I have to see that again, I'm going to fucking...
It was the lineup for 2013 is what it was, or 2014. Yeah. It was showed, you know, Big Bang Theory and two Broke Girls, Arrow, and all those ones that, you know, new for 2014. And yeah, guy doing chin-ups.
Yep. Just quickly as well, I heard... Yeah, I heard a rumor that them possibly, or they are making a Blade Runner 2.
Yeah.
Oh.
They are? Who's doing it?
I heard Harrison Ford had been brought back.
If they fuck this up, I'm going to be so pissed off. Because I watched Blade Runner, the first one, obviously. It's the only one that's out. I watched Blade Runner like 2, possibly 3 times, and I was like, yeah, pretty cool movie, I guess. I don't really get it. And then the last time I watched it, like a ton of bricks, like I got it.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, this movie is a masterpiece. Like the whole, like Tears in Rain, sort of like that monologue sort of thing was fucking amazing at the end and all that sort of stuff. Like I said, like a ton of bricks that movie hit me and like I really got it. Whereas before I didn't. And then now I hear that they're making a number 2 and it's like, if they stuff this up.
Can I take the identity of admission? First name Frank. I've never seen Blade Runner.
Okay. If you asked me that like a while ago, I would have said, yeah, like you're not really missing that much. But watch it and kind of just think about it, because there's a few questions at the end that you can ask yourself about it, and
morality.
you can really what? No, wait, what'd you say?
Morality, questioning my very existence, meaning of life, sort of.
No.
Existence and meaning of life, yes.
Okay.
But not in the way that you're thinking about it in terms of like a storyline. Again, I didn't get it because I watched those sort of things when I was really young, and I was just like, yeah, sci-fi movie, and then recently I was like, I'll give it another go. And yeah, what's his name? Rutger Hauer or something like that? Yeah. Oh my God. He's amazing in it. And it's like really the only thing he ever did. Except for he was in one episode of The Simpsons which was like amazing because he has a fantastic voice. And he also has like the famous quote in it, which he says like, you know, my reasons are my own and things like that, which at the time is like, again, if you think about it, is like fucking philosophical and fantastic. You can analyze the shit out of it. So yeah, him in Blade Runner is amazing. So Blade Runner 2 will be utterly fantastic. Like I'm looking forward more to Blade Runner 2 than I am for Star Wars.
I'll tell you a story. When I lived back at my parents' house, I looking back on it, it was quite awesome and something that I dare say I'll be taking with me to future bedrooms. I had my own Foxtel box, paid extra for it, you know, as you do. And there was a weekend, and it was a long weekend, and to celebrate, I think TV One were doing every single Seinfeld episode back to back to back to back to back. 174 episodes.
Yep. I remember that.
And so...
That was around Easter.
Yeah, it was like an Easter long weekend. It's 4 days.
I remember.
And
it was fantastic.
My girlfriend at the time had pretty much chalked up the entire weekend with going to see people, family, spending time with family and all that sort of stuff. And I thought, that's fine, no probs. The VCR that I had at the time, VCR, yeah, kids, it's a thing. I think I bought like 6, it might have even been 10 or something, 6-hour VHS tapes, which could then be put into a long play mode, which gave you 12 hours.
Which, if you put that tape in another VCR, it does not work, which I found out for a school project when I needed to bring a VCR in, which I recorded at home.
Chipmunks.
Yes, exactly. Anyway, continue the story.
So, was it an episode of the Chipmunks, though?
No, it was not. I was there for a presentation, put the tape in. My whole presentation relied on this video, recorded in like long play, not in a long play VCR.
But the benefits of that, though, it was over twice as fast.
Yes.
5-minute presentation, done in 2.5 minutes. So I got, and long story short, I got all of these 174 episodes on, but the amount of rearranging that I had to do to my life over the course of that weekend, it was a good job it was a long weekend, because I was setting countdown timers, right, on my watch, alarm clocks, that sort of thing, to either make it home so that I was nearing the end of a 12-hour shift of this VCR, so that I could then go, when it come to an advert, stop, eject, switch tape, record, done. I'm okay for the next 12 hours. But over the course of that entire long weekend, there was a advertising campaign saying, that movie of the week was Blade Runner. So like every single commercial pretty much over the course of that entire long weekend. And if you watched like 2 or 3 episodes of Seinfeld in a row, which is what I would do, I would get Daryl Hannah, Harrison Ford, Rutger Hauer in the same scenes, that weird guy with the glasses, the whole like blood and rain on Rutger Hauer's face, and that was just drilled into me, and I was like, fuck, I feel like I've seen the movie already. I've seen probably the best part of an hour's worth of adverts over the course of this 4-day weekend. But yeah, still didn't get to the point where I went, you know what, I'm going to go and watch that.
You're going to watch it? Yeah. I don't blame you. You're probably like, I don't want to fucking see it at all.
You know what, though? I'll probably download it after the show.
I was just going to say, obviously, when was that movie made? I had to find out.
70, I'm going to go 78.
82. Sorry, 82. Close. I said it too quickly. I should have. Competition.
Damn.
If you have a look at the get the best quality you can get, because the cameras they use is absolutely fantastic. You could swear that they just filmed that movie.
Mm-hmm.
It is unbelievable. You're like, wow. Like the cameras they had in 82, just the way they did it, I don't know how they did it, but it holds up to like today's standards, and to see it just looks amazing.
And I think it's just been remastered. I think
you might have seen the remastered one.
No, we have Aaron, my brother, when that movie first came to DVD, it hadn't been remastered yet, because it was like when DVDs were starting to come out.
Yeah.
And Aaron got like, how you get like a first edition book? I swear to God, he has like the first edition of Blade Runner on DVD. Like it was like impossible to get. He got it, and we still use that one, and it looks amazing. And then he rebought the Super Duper remastered, which is like 6 Blu-rays or something like that.
Yeah.
Has like every single version of the movie, like director's cut, final cut, cinematic, all this crazy sort of stuff. And even that one looks really, really good. But even just like the normal DVD one, not remastered, it looks amazing. So get the best quality one you can get, and like you'll piss your pants.
Sound endorsement. Piss my pants worthy.
Yep. That's really, really good.
I can just see that. 5 stars. Piss your pants.
Piss your pants.
Polywaffle.
I give it the Polywaffle stamp of approval.
done. Do any of you have a topic that you'd like to discuss before we round things up? Anything newsworthy?
Newsworthy? Not really.
Anything spankworthy? Any Instagram accounts that I should be following?
Just make sure you follow Miranda Kerr, obviously,
Do
if
I?
you haven't already.
God, I hope
Better.
I do.
She's amazing.
She is amazing. She's all kinds of amazing. Although, that said, I think her name's Jen Settler, or Selter.
That name sounds very familiar. Oh, she's like that's another grind my gears thing. I'll get to that later.
You know what? I don't follow Miranda Kerr, but now I do 4 million
Yeah.
and 1 followers.
Yeah. She doesn't put up like, her like photo shoot photos and all sorts of just like her everyday things, but who gives a shit? Like
It's like
10 out of 10 would
it's
marry.
like cold pizza. It's still pizza.
Yeah.
Damn. One of the fittest. Yeah, let me see if we can find Jen Selter.
I already know what you're going to say because I don't follow her, but like other people like on my friends list do, and they like her photos and you can see what people have liked. So
Actually, it's not even that one. Oh God, what's her name? God, talk amongst yourselves.
no one say anything.
That's seriously, you will thank you. Mind you, that's what the Vixen Gamer official decided to go with today.
I can't see. It doesn't look very gaming related.
It doesn't.
Neither does a lot of her stuff that she puts up.
I don't know. It's a couple of big arguments there.
Very big arguments.
Dead heat in a Zeppelin race.
I only just heard that.
Oh, okay.
That was awesome. What a great
Thank
pickup.
you.
I'm going to find it because it's going to make your freaking night. Please, 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 where are you? Don't make me out to be a liar. It's one of the classic cases of like, I'm hot, I know it, and I'm going to tell everyone about it. By rights, we should hate her for being so goddamn beautiful, but I'm going to let her.
Kate Upton?
No, it's not her. It's
Like someone like a little bit more unknown sort of thing, you mean?
oh, she's a total unknown, but that's kind of the appeal.
Tiana G?
No,
No,
no. Oh God.
she's alright.
God. If I don't find it in the next 30 seconds, I'll put it in the links below.
So is that all that Instagram is? I never really got Instagram, so...
I love Instagram. I prefer it to
Yeah.
Facebook
I am
in
getting
terms
more
of
into
like
it.
time spent. Yeah.
I only use Facebook as a messenger thing now.
Mm.
That's all.
Yeah.
J Green 93. That she's beautiful too.
I want the one you're looking for, damn it.
Yeah, I know. Anastasia Ashley. Maybe it's
I like it how he's just reading names out and you already know it's not the one, Ben.
Huh?
I like it how he's just reading names out and you're still like, I want the one that you were talking about, damn it.
Yeah, it's like a
So
curiosity
you already
thing
know
now.
the other names.
No, I don't know. I don't know who that is. No.
Oh, just whilst you're looking, look up Dan Bilzerian lawyer letter.
Yeah. What a lawyer.
That was straight up funny as.
A letter from his lawyer.
A letter from his lawyer to a
So another lawyer.
representing the hustler girl that was thrown off the roof into the swimming pool, who's suing him for like $85,000 for like post-traumatic stress or something, or breaking. She hurt her ankle or something.
Oh, okay.
Which is funny in itself, but yeah, I think the article was entitled like Dan Bilzerian's lawyer might be just as big a badass as him. And he just goes on to make some really outlandish sort of claims and stuff, and he just gets shot down like, I can't believe you're even suggesting this. It was suggested that, she didn't reach out to grab Mr. Bilzerian's shirt.
As she was getting chucked, yeah.
Yeah. and I'm quite certain that the shirt didn't reach out to grab her. Like, just funny one-liners that you can imagine this lawyer on the other end just getting it and going, fuck, he's got a point there. He really he really does have a point. Oh, fucking hell, it's the longest 30 seconds ever. Keep talking, do another topic, I will find it, because it's dead set going to be worth it. It's going to be awesome. What do we think about... crap, damn. Come on, guys, topic.
So how about that local sports team?
Yeah. There was a Schnauzer day out day at Homebush, and I have a Schnauzer, and I would have loved to have taken my little Wigglepuff there, but I didn't know about it. I would have taken the little Puccini to sniff some other dog's butts, but I was working today. Yeah.
Does he play well with other dogs?
No, he doesn't. He's a little shit. He barks at like everything that moves.
Funny thing is there's a apparently I think it's a Centennial Park or Bicentennial Park. It's got I think they call it's a sausage sizzle, where they get the Dachshunds of Sydney and they just bring them all together for an afternoon. They do it once a month apparently. There's all these Daxies running around.
They call it a sausage sizzle.
I think it's a sausage sizzle, yeah.
That's an awesome name.
Yeah. Which for me would just be, just ultimate torture, because, we can't have a dog in this place at the moment. It's just like, crap, we just really want this dog.
Just teach it to lie perfectly still and say that it's a
draft excluder.
A draft, yeah.
We've currently got one sitting behind the door. His name's Stanley.
Stanley.
Yeah. I'll have to find it for you. God, how embarrassing.
Please, you have to text me tonight. I don't care what time it is.
Oh, actually.
Text me.
You can find it right now. It was it's one of the gaming networks that did 10 hottest Instagram. Do it now, yeah. 10 hottest Instagram. We're providing a public
so
service.
We could have done this all the time.
You could have, yeah, but I thought in a matter of quickness.
Where did you see it? What website did you see it on?
It's someone like IGN, or it's probably someone like the two guys, Kale and
Oh yeah,
Inside Gaming.
Oh,
It's probably Inside Gaming, and it's got like a thumbnail of Rihanna, too hot for Instagram. Damn.
I don't know, like a lot of shit. That's 10 hottest Instagram accounts.
Videos.
Is like probably, huh?
Click on video in a Google tab when you do it, and you shall find.
That's still like such a broad term. A lot of shit is coming up.
Even in videos?
Yeah.
Oh. Don't worry. I shall find it and I shall text it. Do not worry. You shall not go wank free tonight. What a service we provide here on the QuadFeed Podcast, which I think might be the end of episode 23. A look of Ben's sheer frustration at not being able to find. It's just a curiosity thing. It's just like... Oh, it is. I'm annoyed that I can't find it. I've
Yeah.
gone through the last 4 days of Instagram and I can't find it.
Yeah. I got to follow that shit on like Instagram, but it's just like you could have said anything and it's like, oh, I need to find it now. I'm kidding. No, I really need to see these tits.
And with that, we will end. Thanks very much for watching. That was episode 23. As always, like, favorite, subscribe, share the love. I want to see this out there. I want to hear people talking about it. I want to hear that Gavin guy. He's wrong on most things he says. No, I don't hear that. I don't. But yeah, thanks for watching. Thanks for Ron for not turning up and not screwing up our configuration of panels and stuff. Gee, how egotistical. I took the biggest square on my screen, at least anyway. I don't know about you guys. Did you put yourself on the big screen? Did you?
No.
No, I'm underneath you.
Oh, as always.
Chris is above himself on the right.
As always.
Yeah, Chris is on top of himself. Par for the course. Thanks for watching. See you guys next week. Episode 24. Famous numbers 24. Jamal Mashburn. Dallas Mavericks. Look it up.
The TV show
Oh.
24.
We end with basketball. We started with basketball.
See that?
Oh, whimsical.
Parentheses. Not boobs. But we ended with boobs anyway, so it kind of is.
Yeah, we did.
What a bookend. Bookenders.
Good Lord.
2. Thanks for watching. See you next week. Bye.
Bye.